Do you know that time of your life has come? That time of your life has come. You are going to find yourself like thinking, my gorgeous Libra. You are going to find yourself like contemplating. You are going to find yourself like really thinking so much about your life, about things that you're doing, about things that you've done. You know, my God, there is going to be a lot on your mind. And you know, to be quite honest with you, you are going to be thinking about different possibilities. You are gonna go into this like kind of like a hermit mode, but you need to understand, this is going to be different. This time is going to be different. I'm not here to tell you, oh, you're gonna feel down, you're gonna feel low, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. No, baby, no. You're reaching such an important stage of your whole life, to be quite honest with you, because what's happening right now, it's gonna lead towards your own turning point in life, one of the biggest turning points you've ever had. And December 2025, it's going to be major. Yes, I said December 2025 is going to be absolutely major for you, because then, my gorgeous Libra, your whole life, it's going to be completely different. And this is when it's all going to start. So that's why, when it comes to you, you know, at the beginning of this week, you will be contemplating a lot. You will be thinking about your life. This is not a bad thing. This is not a negative thing. This is not a downer whatsoever. But it is going to be a rather specific hermit mode you are going to find yourself at, where you are gonna, my God, be more enlightened than you're actually going to realize. More enlightened than you are actually going to realize. And there are certain things that you have done, like really good things. You've played a major role in one person's life. You played a major role in one person's life. And this is about to bounce back. This is about come back at you when it comes to this week in the best possible way. It looks like you played such a major role, and I love you for that, in somebody's life, and you're not even realizing what have you actually done. Okay, what have you actually done? And I think that by the end of this week, you are going to know this. You will find this out. You will find out exactly what a role you've actually played. You knew you were helping to someone out of the goodness of your own heart. You knew you were helping someone out of the goodness of your own heart, but you did not understand the full extent of what this person is actually going through. Something super difficult, something super hard, something super dark, and you were, my gorgeous Libra, such a beautiful light in that person's life. I don't want to sound too dramatic, but honestly, I really feel like you saved somebody's life. You saved somebody's life. And this is why something major is going to happen, because this is the part of one of the biggest karmic rewards you've ever had in your entire life. And it only happens when you do something out of the goodness of your own heart, with your with your pure emotions. You wanted to help someone, you know, and you didn't even realize what was actually happening here, and you did not want anything back. This also happens when you just help with the goodness of your heart to someone, and you don't want anything back. Of course, you did not want anything materialistic or any favor back or anything like that. And this is why something crazy it's going to happen to you this week as the direct result of this. And at around the end of this week, you will know who this person actually is. You will know who this person is, and you will find out exactly what has been going on really in this person's life as well. And you're going to find this extremely rewarding, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. But let me just go back to the beginning of this week, okay? So at the beginning of this week, you are indeed going to find yourself in this hermit mode. But this is going to be a different hermit mode. This is going to hit you different, because at the same time, you're going to feel like kind of not necessarily down, but you will feel really deep. You're going to find yourself in a completely different dimension. You will be thinking about all sorts of things, and you will be able to connect the dots and connect those things in your life you've never been able to connect, you know, and you will be able to realize things like really quickly that have been bothering you for so long. You're going to feel extremely sharp. So on one hand, you're going into this hermit mode, but then on another hand, it's a lot about you opening up spiritually to the point where signs and indications are going to be absolutely everywhere, and they're going to keep on reminding you of like certain things in life that you're actually missing out on as well. This is also going to be playing a major role when it comes to you having this hermit mode. So the bottom line is you're going to find contemplating, you're going to be contemplating a lot, you're going to be thinking about your life, you're going to be thinking about things that you're happy, things that you're unhappy with, you're going to be thinking about your achievements, you will be able to reflect on your achievements, and now suddenly you're going to realize how amazing you are, and how powerful you are, how different you are, and what exactly makes you different. That is your power, that is your weapon, my gorgeous Libra, that is your spiritual weapon, that is your power. So the bottom line is you are basically, okay, I know I'm going on and on, but it's just so important because I'm just really getting into this vibration that you're going to find yourself at. It's going to be different. So you will be thinking about all sorts of things, but most importantly, when it comes to this hermit mode, when it comes to these contemplations you're going to have, you will not only be you're not only going to be reflecting on your life in general, and you will not only be thinking about, you know, what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel unhappy, and things like that, but this is needed, this is necessary to get to this particular frame of mind where you're going to find yourself at, because it's all leading towards this destination. So the bottom line is, when it comes to this hermit mode, it's all boiling down to you thinking about different possibilities in life. You will be thinking about different possibilities in life, my gorgeous Libra, and this is what all this right now is boiling down to. And this means that, you know, very kind of like a negative stage, a very kind of like a dark stage of your life, something that has been affecting you for the last 10 months, it's kind of coming to an end. And something happened to you 10 months ago, and something affected you 10 months ago. Whether you realize this or not, I think that right now this is going to become obvious, because there is also going to be a really unusual message you are going to have, which is going to remind you of this. And that unusual message is going to be unusual because it's something that you did not expect, and it's going to come from someone XYZ, but you will know, someone who you don't even know, but you will know by that message that this difficult stage of your life, it's like kind of coming to an end. And this is important to set you free and to liberate you right now at this stage where you're going to find yourself in this really interesting dimension, because whatever happened to you like 10 months ago has been affecting you in a way where you probably just ended up with maybe doing certain things you didn't want to do, or maybe you ended up with lots of like kind of responsibilities you didn't want to deal with, and it was just causing your life to kind of be unnecessarily difficult. So this is why this is going to be so important, my gorgeous Libra. You know, you're also, when it comes to like you thinking about different possibilities, this in itself now suddenly, like you will be thinking about few different possibilities, but you will be drawn to one particular possibility. So you're going to be thinking about few different possibilities. What do you want to do? Which way you want to go? Which path do you want to take? But it's all going to boil down to this one particular possibility, which is like you, every single time when you think about this one, every single time you will like kind of perk up, and you're gonna feel so excited, and few times you're gonna go over like a different possibilities, and you will always like kind of land on this particular one, something that makes you feel good, something that makes you feel alive, something that makes you feel optimistic, something that's the path, you know, it is like such a part of your path. It's who you are, it's what you are. This is the possibility that you need to kind of pay attention to. When you think about this particular possibility in life, you're really going to perk up, and just like, do you know what's going to happen? You will know what this is. Come on, you will know which possibility this is, because you wanted to do this for a while. You know, you will know what this is, but at the same time, you will kind of go for this possibility in your mind without even confirming anything. But what's going to happen within the next few days, you're going to become so spiritual, you're going to become so kind of energetic, you are really going to start coming out of yourself, and by you judging yourself, you will know that, oh my God, it's because I realized this possibility and the importance of this possibility, you know. You will realize how it just changed you just while you were like kind of thinking about, and while you were like kind of identifying it, you know, while you were realizing how much this actually means to you. Within the next few days, you're really going to perk up, and you're going to find yourself doing things you haven't done in ages. You're going to become ridiculously creative, but you're also going to feel like you want to reconnect with certain people in your life who you haven't seen for a while. This is always a great sign when it comes to these amazing people in our lives. And you're also going to find yourself wanting to explore your spiritual side, wanting to carry on with your spiritual journey. You will understand the power of your own spirituality, and this is why this stage of your life, it's about to become so magical, because this in itself is pretty much so. This possibility, it's also at the same time you opening the whole new door, and you stepping into this whole new stage in your life, because this possibility that you are going to realize you cannot live without, literally, it's also going to turn into such a beautiful venture. This is the beginning of a venture. So that particular possibility, it's also the beginning of this beautiful venture in your life. And I think it's going to be obvious, you know, and this is what you need to focus on. This possibility and this venture, it's to do with something you're so passionate about. It's to do with things you're so passionate about, but right now you are taking it on the next level, my gorgeous Libra. Indeed, right now you're taking it on the next level. So this is why this is going to be so important for you, my gorgeous Libra. Indeed, you know, and also at the same time, when it comes to the beginning of this venture, you know, it's like a really kind of, you know, it like I've said it already, sorry, it's just like to do with things, you know, you're so passionate about, and in general, what comes to you naturally. But at the same time, when it comes to all this, you know, kind of on one hand, you're taking things on the next level in your life, but then you're about to broaden your horizons, but then on another hand, it's the beginning of a whole new venture as well. So this is why this is going to be so incredible indeed. And also at around the beginning of this week, there is this particular person, you know, there is this particular person who is just like going to remind you of your childhood. It's to do with this person. There is someone, it's just such a random situation, seriously. It's to do with this particular person who you are going to come across, who you are going to see at around the beginning of this week. But then it could be like somebody on the outside, or it could be somebody on the internet, on some kind of social network, you know. It really depends why this person is going to remind you so much of somebody in your childhood. And you know, it's not about this person. Maybe someone is going to look so much like somebody in your childhood, you know. Maybe someone is going to sound like somebody in your childhood. It really depends how this is actually going to happen. But there is one specific person who is going to remind you so much of your childhood. so much of things that have been happening in your life a very, very long time ago. And you know, it's not about this person, it's not about your childhood. It's not about this person, it's not about your childhood, it's not about, you know, your life from a very long time ago. No, baby, no. But it's more about you being reminded of happy times. Happy times. You know, how things used to be, what you used to do, what you're not doing anymore, what you want to do, what you want to carry on doing, what you don't want to carry on doing. But the bottom line is that this in itself, it's really kind of gonna works so well with what's going to be happening at around the beginning of this week, because I know it's difficult to explain, but by you connecting to this person and to this situation, you're also going to realize, you know, what's missing in your life so much, like so badly. What exactly is missing in your life. And just remember, it's to do with how you're going to feel. It's like, oh, well, it's to do with things, you know, from a long time ago when I felt like happy times. And I'm not saying that you're not happy now. I'm not saying that I'm not happy now, but you're going to be able to identify what's missing in your life. And it works so brilliantly when it comes to this first part of this week. This is working brilliantly with it, because it is just not only going to help you realize what's missing in your life, but you're also gonna realize the importance of trying to hurry up with everything. You will realize how precious this life is. You will realize, like, because you're gonna go into like this full spiritual mode, and we are like 5 minutes on this earth. We need to count every moment. You know, you will realize how precious time is. And I think that there are certain people going to be on your mind that have passed away, you know, that have died. And this is also kind of going to play its own role when it comes to all this. So it's just going to like kind of, it's like a part of this preparation to take this very seriously and to try to speed it up as much as you can. You know, this is why this is going to be so important, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. And also, when it comes to the mid part of this week, listen, someone is like, okay, there is no other way of saying this. Yeah, I'm not being a dark Lala. I don't want to be a dark Lala. But, you know, this life, it's like complex sometimes. And I think that you are going to have a little bit of a complex situation here. But listen, the first part of this week is going to change you. The first part of this week is going to change you. It's not only about all this that I've mentioned, but it's about confidence that you're going to feel. But you're not going to even realize this. You're not even going to realize this. But more and more, as the time goes by, you're becoming more and more confident. And this is increasing this powerful balance in your life when it comes to dealing with certain people or certain situations that we need to deal with. And kind of like maybe resolving certain problems, resolving certain issues, you know. A lot is going to be on your mind. And I'm not surprised, because this week is going to be your turning point. There is no doubt about it. So someone is going to break your... there's no other way of saying this, but someone is going to make you feel a little bit sad at around the mid of this week. Someone is going to like break your heart just a little bit, you know. Someone is going to do something, and this is going to kind of make you a little bit angry, and you're going to be like, you know what, I had absolutely enough. Right now I am having absolutely enough, and I had absolutely enough of this person. Enough. And you are going to put your point across. So someone is going to break your heart a little bit. Someone is going to do something, and you're not going to like what that person is going to do. But at this point, you're going to have absolutely enough. You're going to put your foot down. You are going to put your point across, and you're going to think, I'm done with this. This is absolutely enough right now. And you are, what you are doing right now, you're starting the process of healing, believe me or not. You will start the process of healing, believe me or not. And you're also taking charge of your own life. It looks like that, you know, you will see which person has been affecting your life in a negative way. just remember the importance of us spending the most of our time as much as we can with people who makes us feel good, who makes us feel happy, who makes us feel optimistic, because that's how we are going to be. But if we are spending our times with people who are like down and negative and a little bit annoying, then we're gonna become like that, you know. So just like a little reminder. So you are really kind of going to put your point across. You're going to have enough of this person, whoever this is, and you're absolutely right, and you will be thinking about it a lot, and you know, you're not only putting your foot down, you're not only taking charge of your own life, but you're also, my gorgeous Libra, going to set boundaries. This is very, very important stage of your life to set boundaries, because you will be protecting your precious energy. Okay, so you will be thinking about this person a lot, you will be contemplating, and then, you know, it's like basically it's only going to come to you later on, my gorgeous Libra. It's only going to come to you later on, and you will realize that, I don't know, that this person, not necessarily this person, but this situation connected to this particular person. It's maybe not necessarily this person, but it's maybe to do with a certain situation connected to this person, or to a whole group of people maybe. You will realize, you will be thinking that, you know, your heart was broken, and that's not the first time. So it means that whatever this is, it has been making you feel really unhappy. And this, again, this life is too precious to waste on things like this. So you will be contemplating about this, and you will be chilling out later on. I can see you only, like, first of all, you will be thinking about it, then you will be contemplating what you're gonna do, and it's not gonna come to you. And then later on, you will be relaxing, you will be chilling out, and only later on, my gorgeous Libra, it's gonna come to you when you're chilling out. Maybe you're gonna be sleeping, and in the middle of the night, it's just gonna come to you. Maybe you're gonna wake up in the morning, and it's just gonna come to you. You know, what do you need to do? And there is like some kind of a risk that you are gonna need to take when it comes to all this. Okay, you will realize that there is some kind of a risk that you are going to need to take, because it looks like you will most certainly see which aspect of your life has come to an end, but you want to kind of remove yourself from this situation immediately. And in order to protect yourself, to protect your energy, and in order to do this, you're going to need to take this risk. And in order to take this risk, you need to take a leap of faith, a massive, big mama, a leap of faith you're gonna need to take. And guess what? This is gonna work for you absolutely brilliantly indeed, because it's gonna lead towards you resolving this problem, resolving this situation, my gorgeous Libra, and doing the best possible thing to protect yourself, to protect your energy. So just remember, you will want to kind of end something. You will want to move on from something. You will want to end something, but then, you know, it is gonna come with like some kind of a risk you are gonna need to take. So you are really gonna need to be as open-minded as you possibly can, and you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this, thank God, and you will do the right thing, because I think that a few hours later, you're already going to have an important confirmation, and you will know that you did the right thing, that you did the right thing, and that confirmation is going to make you feel ecstatic, my gorgeous Libra, ecstatic, and you will see exactly why. And also, my gorgeous Libra, I really, really strongly recommend you to try to kind of, you know, spend some time with like-minded souls when it comes to spirituality, your spirituality in particular. This is going to be so good at this stage of your life, because very soon I see somebody walking into your life, somebody extremely spiritual, somebody so beautiful, somebody very spiritual, somebody really gorgeous in every possible way. And this, when you meet this person, you know, you will be thinking, where have you been my whole life? And this is not necessarily like relationships, you know, I'm talking about a really beautiful spiritual friend. You will learn so much from that person, and that person is going to learn so much from you. And this is going to happen very, very soon, especially after you resolve this situation here, indeed. And also having a number 11 as your number this week, it's really kind of to do with your own spiritual awakening. It's really to do with your own spiritual awakening, my gorgeous Libra, indeed, which makes all this situation even better, even more exciting, because you will be able to understand things from a completely different level, from a completely different angle, from a completely different perspective. And this only means that, you know, this change has already taken place, and the sooner you accept this, the better it's actually going to be. And by the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, something is going to be delayed to start with. There is something that you're going to be waiting for, like some kind of a news and some kind of a message, and something is going to be delayed, you know, in your life. And something is going to be delayed. It's to do with a certain news. It's to do with a certain message. And first of all, because you're going to be anticipating something like a big mama. No, honestly, you're going to be anticipating something. You're going to be thinking about something. You're going to be waiting for something. And something is going to be delayed. And then you're going to feel like, oh no, you're going to feel frustrated. You're going to feel a negative a little bit, and then after that you are going to have some kind of like a really unexpected experience. You're going to have some kind of unexpected experience, and you're really going to enjoy yourself so much. Something is going to happen, and it's going to be so random. You're going to be enjoying yourself. This is going to involve one other person or maybe a few different people. You're really going to be enjoying yourself. An unexpected situation where you are going to spend a little bit of your time with people that are so inspiring, with people that have such a beautiful energy. And there is some kind of conversation, really interesting conversation, which is going to happen. And you are going to have a brilliant idea. Not only that you are going to have a brilliant idea here, but you're also going to realize, you know, there is something that you will want to do here as well. There is something that you will want to start, some kind of brilliant idea. There is like some kind of potential that you didn't see before, some kind of potential you didn't realize before. And the more you think about that potential, the more your energy is going to rise. The more you think about that potential, the more your spirit is going to rise. The more you think about that potential, the more you're going to be transcending and realizing and understanding that you have got everything, seriously, and be grateful, you know. You have got everything you need in order to do something about that particular idea immediately. And it's to do with some kind of potential. This in itself, it's really kind of starting this stage where you are kind of moving forward with your life. So that's why you need to like kind of follow your intuition. That's why you need to focus on this. That's why you need to follow your heart. Because, you know, you need to follow your heart, because this in itself, it's going to lead towards the beginning of such a beautiful stage in your life. But it's going to happen so random, and you're going to realize there are so many things. Sorry, you're going to realize that there are so many things that, you know, you have to actually look forward to, which is absolutely brilliant as well. And also, my gorgeous Libra, what else I was going to say when it comes to the last part of this week, that's it. Remember what I said to you at the beginning of this reading, that someone is really going to make themselves known. There is someone that you were helping to. You remember what I said, and I told you that I'm going to mention this at the end of this week. Well, this is going to be brought to your attention at around the end of this week. I love you so much for this. You're amazing. You're amazing. you know, because it's like you will find out who this person is going to come forward, and you will know how much you've actually helped this person. This is going to make you feel so good, but there is also some kind of like a reward, some kind of a gift you're going to get from that person. Bless your heart. There is some kind of a gift or some kind of a reward you are going to get from this person, but it's not about this gift, it's not about this reward, but it's more about how much this is actually going to mean to you, my gorgeous Libra. Indeed, it's just so important. And also, on another hand, please, I've mentioned this before, and when it comes to these particular months that we are finding ourselves in, you need to make the most of it in terms of like when it comes to your diet and when it comes to things that you put in your body. Please, for the love of God, make the most of it. It's not only about identifying what's missing in our diet and what we should stop taking, but it's also about the power of healing taking over. And when we do certain things at a certain time of our lives, at a certain time of the year, for example, like right now, we give ourselves chance to heal almost immediately, and that's why your body will be guiding you. Especially this week, throughout this week, your body will be guiding you. I know I mentioned this before, but I will say it as many times I need to say it when I say it, because if there is anything people can do in order to heal themselves really quickly, you know, of course this is a brilliant thing. So do pay attention to your body throughout this week. What you must not be doing anymore and what you are really missing out on. You know, maybe it's to do with certain supplements you should be taking. It's going to be brought to your attention somehow. You will know because you're clearly going to be guided what you should be taking. And also you will be guided when it comes to something that you shouldn't be doing and when it comes to something that you shouldn't be taking, for example. Because the time when you take it or do it, boom, something is gonna happen. Something is gonna happen and you're gonna have this indication because you're gonna be guided by your spirit, you know, to kind of stop doing it, for example. So this is why, my gorgeous Libra, this is going to be so important. And another thing I was going to say, my God, I'm so sorry, but you are really going to have a really pleasant news, really crazy pleasant news regarding a very special person in your life. You are going to have a brilliant news, a really pleasant news regarding somebody really special in your life. Oh my God, how happy you are going to be when you have this news. Oh my God, like I feel that you will be spending more time with that person. You will reconnect with someone who you want to reconnect with so badly, and this is going to mean to you so much as well. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards and I'm going to see what are going to be your 3 tarot cards as well, like an additional message, like I didn't say enough. No, I'm joking. Yeah, what's going to be an additional message, my gorgeous Libra? My goodness, you know. And also good luck. I've just seen like a Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune just said, hello gorgeous, hello gorgeous. Yeah, I've just seen a Wheel of Fortune. And that means that, you know, good luck. It's going to be on your side this week as well. You know, it's worth to know. You see, there it is. Also, this particular situation, why you're going to feel a little bit negative and why you're going to feel a little bit sad, it's only because, you see, it's like a, you know, there is like certain progress. It's going to be like kind of bothering you. And I think that this is where all this is going to start. You will realize maybe, you know, that you are dissatisfied with certain things in life. You're becoming dissatisfied, you know, with certain lifestyle. You will just feel like you want more. And that's why all this is going to start when it comes to this contemplation. You see, you will feel like you want a little bit more and things like that. And then you're just going to be reminded of like how powerful you are. You're going to be reminded what makes you different. And this is like what I mentioned before. This is like your spiritual weapon, my gorgeous Libra, and you have to take this very, very seriously. What's happening right now as well, it's going to be absolutely superb when it comes to your finances and when it comes to your financial situation. But also, what else I was going to say, you are going to have a little financial reward by the end of this week when it comes to something that you have been working on, when it comes to the venture that you're already on, when it comes to the venture that you've already started a long time ago, back in 1947. No, I'm joking. When it comes to this venture that you've already started, my gorgeous Libra, there is going to be reward for this venture that you've already started a while ago, maybe a long time ago. And this is also going to make you feel so pleased about yourself as well. And you know, like a very big challenge, it's going to come to an end. Hello, my gorgeous people. Just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions. And the more people subscribe to this channel, you know, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful.